tag because I really enjoy doing tags. I feel like they're just really fun to do. You just sit down and kind of give your thoughts and opinions on things, and I'm full of thoughts and opinions. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Today's video is going to be the finally fall book tag, and it's finally fall. So everything is orange outside. It is nice and cool out today. So it's fall. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this tag. I'm gonna tag a bunch of people down below. I'm gonna tag Crescent Moon Reads, JD Rereads. I'm gonna tag Sylvia, although by the time I upload this, she will probably have already uploaded it because she's always on top of things. And then I'm also gonna tag Sprinkled Pages and Coffee Chatter. I'll tag Coffee Chatter. Did I already say that? Whatever. And I'll also tag Book Roast because I feel like she'd have a lot of fun with this as well. But let's go ahead and just get started because there's quite a few questions on here. There are 11 of them, and if you guys know, I'm long-winded and I talk really fast, so maybe that'll make up some time. But I hope you guys enjoy this. Let's go ahead and just get started. Number 1, in fall the air is crisp and clear. Name a book with a vivid setting. You guys have heard me talk about this before on my channel, but I'm going to talk about it again today because I fucking love this book. This is We World by Clive Barker. This is probably my most favorite book of all time other than Fahrenheit 451. If you have not read this, you should read it. I fucking love this book. The setting for this book is so magical. Like, if you've read Harry Potter before, or you're rereading Harry Potter and you're an adult, when you read it, it brings you back. It's like so magical and wonderful, and the setting is so beautiful and the world is so beautiful. That is how I feel about this book more than any book on the planet. I think that the setting for this is wonderful. I think the story for this is wonderful. If you have not read it, you should pick it up. I don't know, I just really like it. And it was a chance encounter that I actually picked up this book. I believe it was gifted to me from a friend, and I just read it one day, and I literally read this entire book in a day. That's how much I loved it. Question number 2, nature is beautiful, but also dying. Name a book that is beautifully written but also deals with a heavy topic like loss or grief. This is the second book in this series, and I believe, I haven't read the second one. I've read about half of the second one. God, it's fucking heavy too. But I'm gonna go with Name of the Wind, or in this case, The Wise Man's Fear by Patrick Rothfuss. The setting for this book is so beautiful and so wonderful, but holy shit, does it have some heavy hitting stuff in it. Pretty much within the first like 10 chapters, everything bad that can happen to a person happens to our main character. It is a wonderful book. It is beautifully written. The author writes so well, and I'm so sad that I did not like it when I first read it, but I'm really glad that I like it now. I know Book Roast will probably be happy to hear that, but definitely this book definitely has some heavy hitting shit in it, but it's still very beautiful setting. Question number 3, fall is back to school season. Share a non-fiction book that taught you something new. So I actually really love nonfiction. I also really love history, so this wasn't too hard for me. This book is incredibly dirty. Give me 1 second to get my life together. It is The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich. Fun fact, I love World War II history. It is my favorite. I am from a German family. I'm one of the only people, like my dad was born in America, but like my aunt and uncle were both born in Germany. My grandma is full-blooded German. She married a military man, an American military man, and that's kind of why we ended up over here. But I fucking love World War II history. So the last book that I read that taught me something new would be The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich. And even though I know so much about World War II, it's daunting, the information that I know. This book is fucking massive, so I was clearly going to learn something new about it from here. Alright, number 4. In order to keep warm, it's good to spend some time with the people we love. I usually just cuddle my space heater, but whatever. Name a fictional family, household, or friend group that you'd like to be a part of. I'm gonna go with the friend group from Shades of Magic. I really want to be friends with Alucard and Rye. I don't know why, I fucking love them so much. I love them together, I love them not, I love Kel. I don't really like Lila, but I feel like if I was around her in real life, maybe I'd like her a little bit more. But I really want to meet everybody in this book. I kind of want to date Holland, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, definitely this book. These are the people that I would want to hang out with the most. I don't know how many times I've talked about the Shades of Magic books in this, like in any of my videos, but really, I don't know, I just really like the world, okay? Number 5, the colorful leaves are piling up on the ground. Show us a pile of fall colored spines. I don't really want to do that. Honestly, this one's really hard for me because most of the books that I own are black. I'm not going to show you a fall colored spine collection because I don't really have any, but this is kind of fall colored. There's like reds and some oranges. Does that count? I think that counts. Number 7. The nights are getting darker. Share a dark, creepy read. Once again, literally everything on the shelf. Let's go with The Stand by Stephen King. No, not The Stand. Okay, let's go with The Shining by Stephen King. No, not a fan of that either. Okay, how about The Tommyknockers by Stephen King? Look guys, I own a lot of creepy reads, mostly because I own 50 fucking Stephen King books, but this book is aliens and just a woman living in this really small town, and aliens come and really just start to fuck with her and fuck with her mind, and I just really like this book. This is probably one of my favorite Stephen King books of all time. If you're looking for a Stephen King book to start with, I wouldn't start with this one. It is kind of hard to get through because there's a lot of things that happen in it, and it's not the best one that he's ever written, but it's still definitely one of my favorites. Also avoid the movie if you see the movie anywhere, because the movie has nothing to do with the book and it's awful, like most Stephen King movies are. The days are getting colder. Name a short, heartwarming read that could warm up somebody's cold and rainy day. That is number 8. This is an incredibly short read and the only book by Rainbow Rowell I've ever liked, if you can consider it a book. It is Kindred Spirits. It's actually like a short story, so it's definitely in the short category. But this is about a girl who really likes Star Wars, decides to camp out at a Star Wars premiere, and makes a friend, possibly something more later on. Definitely cute if you can get it. This is, like I said, the only Rainbow Rowell book I've ever read that I liked, but definitely one of those short, sweet books that make you feel happy and cuddly. Number 9, Fall. Lucky for me, it's my favorite season. That's in quotations here, but it definitely is my favorite season. Returns every year. Name an old favorite that you'd like to return to soon. Now, to be honest, I'm not one to reread books often, because for me, when I read a book, I tend to remember how a book made me feel, and I'm not one to really forget how things make me feel, so I don't really reread things very often, but there are a few books that I do reread, and one of them would be, and the number 1 most reread book that I have read, I'm not kidding, like 100 times, would be Different Seasons by Stephen King. This is an incredibly shitty version of this book because I used to have a paperback version and then the cover fell off of it and I duct taped a new cover onto it, and then the pages started falling out, and then I just was like, alright, I gotta get a different one. So I bought an equally shitty hardcover book because honestly, I didn't used to be so into covers as I am now, but I wonder what the cover of this looks like because I'm not familiar. But this book has Shawshank Redemption, it has The Stand in it, so if you're familiar with any of those, I think that you'd really like it. If you've ever read The Apt Pupil, that is a book about, where that's a story about a boy whose neighbor's a Nazi, and that's like a whole nother cup of tea, but also The Body and The Breathing Method, all of which are very, very good. This book is stunning. If you have not read it, you should read it because, I don't know, I just really fucking love it, okay? And I think I've recommended this book to literally every person who's like, where should I start with Stephen King? And I'm like, Different Seasons. Start with a short story book, like compilation book. Alright, number 10 is Fall is the perfect time for cozy reading nights. Cozy reading nights. Share your favorite cozy reading accessories. My cat, a blanket, a cup of tea, Harry Potter on in the background, and maybe like a good candle. I don't know. I'm pretty simple when it comes to being cozy. And number 11 is Spread the Autumn Appreciation and tag some people. I actually already tagged people at the beginning of this book, so I'm going to go ahead and skip this, but that completes this tag. I hope you guys had a good time. I hope you got to know me a little bit better from this, but I think you guys should definitely do this. I think it's fun, and it's autumn. Well, it's autumn at least where I am. It's fall where I am. So if you live in, like, not anywhere near me, it's probably like spring or summer there, and I'm really sorry because fall is literally the best season. But I hope you guys are having a good day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!